Ever found yourself wondering about the secret phrases women use when they're falling in love? Today, we're decoding them. Understanding these subtle cues can be a game changer. It's like learning a new language, the language of love. We're about to embark on a journey into the world of emotions where we'll decode 6 phrases women often use when they're falling for someone. These phrases reflect emotional connection, trust, and attraction, providing a window into a woman's growing affection. From phrases that signal she's stepping outside her comfort zone for you, to those indicating deep trust and emotional intimacy. We'll also explore phrases that suggest you hold a significant place in her thoughts and subconscious attraction. Ready to dive deeper into the language of love? Our first phrase is, "I don't usually do this, but," a sign of real interest. It's a phrase that's loaded with meaning, and if you hear it, you'd better sit up and take notice. Have you ever found yourself doing something out of the ordinary, stepping outside your comfort zone, all because of a person who has captured your interest? Well, that's exactly what's happening when a woman says this phrase. It's her way of saying that you're not just anyone. You're someone special, someone worth taking a risk for. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean she's about to bungee jump off a bridge for you. It could be something as simple as trying a new cuisine because you love it, or staying up late to chat even though she's an early bird. It's these little things, these small deviations from her norm, that show how much she values the connection between you two. What's more, this phrase is a clear signal that she's stepping out of her comfort zone. And let's face it, we don't step outside our comfort zones unless we believe that what's on the other side is worth it. So, if she's willing to venture into unfamiliar territory for you, it's a pretty good indication that she's developing strong feelings. But remember, it's not just about what you gain from this. It's also about acknowledging her efforts and appreciating her willingness to make these exceptions for you. Because at the end of the day, it's about mutual respect and understanding. She's making an exception for you, and that's a big deal. So if you hear this phrase, cherish it, appreciate it, and most importantly, reciprocate it. Because that's what building a meaningful connection is all about. Next up, you're the only person I can talk to about this. It's a phrase that reveals deep trust. When a woman tells you this, it's a significant milestone in your relationship. It means she's opening up her inner world to you, entrusting you with her thoughts, emotions, and experiences that she might not share with anyone else. It's a sign of emotional vulnerability, a signal that she's letting you in, letting down her guard. This phrase is not just about the words themselves, but what lies beneath them. It's about the feelings, the emotions, and the trust that she's placing in you. It's a declaration of trust and intimacy, and it's a sign that your relationship has moved beyond the casual or superficial. When she says this, it's a reflection of the value she places on your presence in her life. It's an affirmation that she feels safe, understood, and valued when she's with you. It's an indication that she sees you as a confidant, a friend, a partner who she can share her deepest thoughts and feelings with. This phrase is an invitation, an opening for you to reciprocate, to share your thoughts, your emotions, your experiences. It's a chance to deepen the connection, to build on the trust and intimacy that's already there. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. If she's opening up to you, it's because she trusts you. It's important to honor that trust, to listen, to empathize, and to be there for her. So when you hear the words, "You're the only person I can talk to about this," take a moment to appreciate the depth of trust and intimacy it represents. It's a beautiful testament to the bond you've built. When she shares this with you, it means she trusts you with her deepest thoughts. Ever heard, "I wish I had met you sooner"? It's more than just a casual remark. This phrase carries a depth of emotion that may not be immediately apparent. It's a confession, a longing, and a profound expression of regret for time not spent together. When a woman says, "I wish I had met you sooner," she's not just talking about the past. She's looking at the present and the future. She's saying that she values the time she spends with you now and wishes there was more of it. She's imagining all the moments she could have shared with you, the memories that could have been made, and the experiences that could have been shared. This phrase is a powerful testament to your significance in her life. It's an acknowledgement that your presence brings her joy, comfort, and fulfillment. When she says this, she's expressing a deep emotional connection, one that transcends the mundane and enters the realm of the profound. "I wish I had met you sooner" is also an expression of trust. It's a vulnerable admission that she wishes you had been a part of her life during past struggles and triumphs. It's a confession that she wishes she had you as a confidant, a comforter, a partner in crime, a shoulder to lean on. This phrase is a reflection of her feelings for you. It's an indication that she sees you as a significant part of her life, a key player in her story. It's her way of saying that her life is better with you in it, and she wishes it had been that way for longer. So the next time you hear, "I wish I had met you sooner," take a moment to appreciate its depth. Understand that it's more than just a phrase, it's a testament to your importance in her life. This phrase is a clear indicator that she values your presence in her life. "You remind me of someone, but I can't figure out who." A riddle or a sign of subconscious attraction? Yes, indeed, this phrase can be quite the enigma. But if you're looking for a hint of what's going on behind those words, you're in the right place. Now, when someone says this, it's not typically about the physical resemblance. It's more about a particular vibe or energy that you're giving off. It's about the way you make her feel, the way you interact with her, or even the way you view the world. This phrase, ladies and gentlemen, is a clear sign that she's processing her feelings and her emotional connection with you. It's like her mind is trying to solve a puzzle, trying to pin down why you seem so familiar, so comfortable, so right. Think about it. She's associating you with someone from her past, someone who left a lasting impression on her. This could be a positive or negative association, but more often than not, it's positive. It's like her subconscious is trying to tell her something, to guide her towards understanding her own feelings. And while she's trying to figure out who you remind her of, she's also spending a lot of time thinking about you. She's comparing, analyzing, and most importantly, feeling. All these are indications of a growing emotional connection, a growing attraction. So the next time you hear the phrase, "You remind me of someone, but I can't figure out who," don't brush it off as a simple comparison. It's much more than that. It's a sign that she's intrigued, that she's invested, and that she's trying to understand her emotions. Yes, it might be confusing even for her, but remember, confusion is the first step towards clarity. She's on a journey to understand her feelings, and you're a significant part of that journey. So be patient, be understanding, and most importantly, be there for her. She's trying to understand her emotions, a clear sign of growing attraction. When she says, "I was just thinking about you," you're definitely on her mind. Now, isn't that a heartwarming thought? This phrase is more than just a casual comment. It's a signpost, a beacon, a signal that she's been allowing her thoughts to wander towards you, even when you're not present. You see, when we think about someone in their absence, it means they've made an impression on us. They've become part of our mental landscape, occupying a space in our mind that's usually reserved for things or people that matter to us. When she tells you that she's been thinking about you, she's essentially revealing that you've become one of those significant elements in her world. But there's more to this phrase than just the fact that you're on her mind. It's also an indicator of her growing affection towards you. She's letting you know that you're someone she values, someone she cares about, and someone she wants to share her thoughts and experiences with. It's a subtle yet powerful way of expressing her feelings towards you. You see, we think about things that bring us joy, comfort, and happiness. And if she's thinking about you, it means you're bringing those emotions to her life. This is a clear sign of her growing affection and emotional connection with you. She wouldn't think about you, let alone tell you about it, if she didn't feel a certain level of emotional closeness and warmth towards you. In essence, when she says, "I was just thinking about you," it's an open invitation to her emotional world. It's her way of saying, "Hey, you matter to me. You're someone I care about. You're someone I think about even when you're not around." So the next time you hear this phrase, remember that it's a clear sign of her deep affection. She's thinking about you even when you're not around, a sign of deep affection. Finally, "I hate how much I like talking to you." Sounds confusing? Let's break it down. This phrase may sound a bit perplexing at first, but it's actually a playful confession of growing emotions. It's a humorous way of dealing with the internal conflict she feels. You see, she's surprised by how much she enjoys your conversations. And perhaps she's even a little afraid of how quickly her feelings for you are growing. When she says, "I hate how much I like talking to you," what she's really saying is, "I'm enjoying our conversations more than I expected, and it's throwing me off balance." It's a playful way of expressing that she's grappling with her emotions, and that she's not quite sure what to do about them. She might be feeling a little vulnerable, and this phrase is her way of dealing with it. It's her way of hinting at her feelings without putting herself completely out there. It's a gentle tug of war between her growing affection and her caution not to rush into things. It's also a sign of her high regard for you. She wouldn't be spending so much time talking to you if she didn't find your conversations enjoyable and meaningful. This phrase suggests that she appreciates your company and finds your conversations engaging, perhaps more engaging than she initially thought. So, the next time you hear her say, "I hate how much I like talking to you," know that it's her playful, indirect way of revealing her growing emotions. It's a clear sign that she's starting to fall for you and she's trying to navigate her feelings in a light-hearted, playful manner. She's starting to fall for you, and this phrase is her playful way of admitting it. We've decoded the secret phrases, but what's the bigger picture? Let's take a moment to recap. Each phrase we've explored today is a window into a woman's heart, reflecting the depth of her emotions. "I don't usually do this," but reveals her willingness to step out of her comfort zone for you. "You're the only person I can talk to about this," signals deep trust and emotional intimacy. "I wish I had met you sooner," suggests she sees you as a significant part of her life. "You remind me of someone, but I can't figure out who," is a sign of subconscious attraction. "I was just thinking about you," is a clear indicator you occupy her thoughts. And finally, "I hate how much I like talking to you," is a playful confession of her growing emotions. Recognizing these phrases and understanding their significance can strengthen your relationship. Understanding these phrases will help you foster deeper connections and improve communication. So next time, listen carefully. You might just hear the language of love,